Okay, hello everyone. My name is Vlad. I am from ALGEBRA, and today we'll talk about. Okay, thanks. Today we'll talk about our experience and all the DEX's environment right now. So, by the way, we have prepared special report for this event. So we combined liquidity data around the DEXs, and if you are interested, you can scan the code and write to my colleague, and he will send it to you. I will also show this after the presentation also, so we'll move forward. So, a very short story about us. So we started as a DEX in 2021, I think 2 years ago, and failed because we didn't able to attract liquidity. And after this, we decided to move from the own DEX to the protocol. And right now, I think all know these names, which is working with us. It's QuickSwap, Zyber, Stella, SpiritSwap, and many, many other DEXs use our engine for their products. We are constrained liquidity DEX, engine, with the dynamic fees for the pools, with the farming, with rebase token support, and limit orders will come soon. Yesterday volume was, I think it's wrong, it was 115 million across all our partners. So let's talk about DEXs. We believe that it's still main application across all the blockchains because it connects the protocols between each other. So it's not just, I don't know, any new wallet or something like this. So it's application which help other applications to perform on the blockchain. And also from my perspective, DEXs are important because they help projects to grow by attracting fundraise, because you do not need to wait centralized exchange list your token. You can just launch it on the DEX and continue operation, and people can buy more tokens, use your project, and so on. But centralized exchange are extremely big in comparison with the DEXs, and we do not believe that it's a problem with that some people don't know how to use DEXs, or it's institutional finance which is don't like the DEXs and go to the CEXs. We believe that it's some critical problems in the DEXs which needs to be changed before we start big fight with the centralized exchange. There are price discovery problems. We'll discuss it later. MEF sandwiches, still a lot of bugs, and of course implement loss. So let's review our categorization of the DEX zoo. So we categorize DEXs by type, how they know about the price. First of all, it's AMM. So the price is inside of the DEX. So it doesn't matter what's the price of the token on the Binance. Price on AMM is just state of the pools. So it's out of the space. PMM, when we know price from the oracles, CLOP, or it's limit orders, so people put the orders, and that's how we understand the price. And RFQ, it's also mostly the same, so people send request for the price. So we'll talk about AMM, mostly because we focus on this one. And with AMM, it's like Uniswap, I know, Sushi, Curve, and many, many others. The main problem is that AMM is a passive participant of the market. So I think it's a very good example of impermanent loss. So just imagine that you have a tokens, and at some moment somebody can come to you and say, okay, I want to buy this for this price. And doesn't matter you agree it or not, you will sell it. So that's how AMM works and how we got impermanent loss. So it will work even if it's a bad price for you and for DEX, because it's how it's designed. So we believe that it's one of the critical issues of all AMMs that is playing a very passive role in the trading for the users, for liquidity providers, and we try to change it. On the next slide, you can see the main participant on the DEX. It's liquidity providers who need capital efficiency, need to get more money from their liquidity. It's the traders who care about price impact. And unfortunately, we have arbitrage, which love low price discovery time, so delays with the price discovery, inefficiencies like MEF sandwiches and so on. And fortunately, unfortunately, current DEXs are not working good without this role. However, arbitrage get profits from the traders and liquidity providers. Let's go to the story. So first generation AMM DEXs, it was like Uniswap, version 2, Curve. What is the problem? That it was one invariant of the price for all type of the pairs. So doesn't matter you're talking about pairs with the stables or you're talking about Ether against USDC, always the same. And story shows us that it's wrong. And that's how we got constrained liquidity. The concept when you can add liquidity to the price ranges, and that's how we can create new invariants depending on the pairs. So this example with our friends from Polygon, and when Uniswap comes to the Polygon, you see it was 0 volume, and just in several days it got 70% of all volume on Polygon across all the DEXs. So this shows how constrained liquidity concept is much more powerful than all the V2 concept which we have right now. The same situation with the Arbitrum, so it's much more better, so I think it's about 50%, and I hope that in the end one of our partners called Zyber eat a lot from Uniswap, but it's still domination technology there. So some problems with the constrained liquidity, first of all, it's a huge impermanent loss, so people lose a lot by providing there. Multiple pools, you have to decide to what pool you need to put the liquidity. It's almost no farming on constrained liquidity models right now, and also not all the tokens are supported, like rebase tokens are not supported on Uniswap version 3, but supported on previous versions. So let's talk how we can fix the problem with situation when pool does not care about liquidity providers. So right now how it works, you just put the money, and you have to predict what happened next, when you need to take it back or continue to stay inside of as a liquidity provider. But traders are happy, so they have standard fee, they have low price impact, but we believe that needs to be changed. And that's algebra approach. So we change the fees in the pool depending on what happened in the market. So for example, if we see that pair is not volatile, let's say 2 stables USDC against USDT, we believe that it's low risk for liquidity providers, and we decrease the fees to attract more volume. And otherwise, if we see the pair is volatile, we increase the fees, and it means that we get more profit for liquidity providers. That's a perfect example of how it works. So I think everyone knows about what happens on the weekend. And we see the price of USDT against USDC on the left side, how USDC goes down. And it means that at this moment, our algorithm understands that we need to change fees because there is huge risk of impermanent loss for people who provided liquidity to the pool. And you can see on the right side, we immediately increase the fee for this pool, so to compensate possible losses because of huge price impact which happened in stable pool before. And you can see after this price stabilized, we go to almost 0 trade liquidity. It's like 0.01%, 0.3%, or 1% pool. We have only one pool, but it's automatically adjusted to what pair is separated. What is next step for us? So we plan to launch limit orders without third party. So it will be the DEX. With the limit orders, there is no need to work with Gelata or any other services to execute your limit order. So it will be executed automatically by the traders. We are fighting with the toxic flow. Also, some words about layer 2 solutions. You know that if you have a protocol on Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain, if you decide to go to Arbitrum or Optimism, you have to redesign your contracts a little bit because every transaction, some information needs to be stored, and you need to think how to reduce this amount of information. Otherwise, gas costs will be so high. And also looking forward for Ethereum introduction of abstracted accounts, and we hope that it will help not only us, but all the DEXs. So to summarize, we are one of the most, I believe, popular and powerful DEX engines. And it was recognized by many our partners who use our engine every day. And one of the first who provide farming for constrained liquidity, rebase token support, and limit orders soon. So thank you very much for your attention. So there is a link to the report, and you are welcome also to our booth to discuss any questions, and happy to be here. Thanks very much for organizers. Thank you very much.